Thanks for watching. My name is Justin Lang, aka Justincredible. I'm an arts ambassador and creative arts teacher here at ACA, Atlantic Center for the Arts. Today we're back for the third year in a row for our web series. First year was In Session with Justincredible. Second year was Creativity and Wellness with Justincredible. This year is Arts and Emotions with Justincredible. So if you have not watched a previous web series, make sure that you all check that out. Make sure that you all subscribe, like, share, and in the comments below, if there's anything that stood out to you, any relevant facts, any articles, any YouTube links, make sure that you drop those in the comments. We want to continue to grow this positive, healthy, art-loving community. Again, make sure that you check out the previous web series videos. If you have not done so already, make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and if there's any relevant facts, any ideas that you have, any YouTube links, make sure that you drop those in the comment section below. Now, before we get into our topic about empathy, I just want to give out this disclaimer. I do not have the answers to life. I don't know everything. What I do know is that this is just information that I've gathered along the way that I want to share with you all. And again, if there's anything that you want to share, make sure that you put that down there in the comment section. We want to continue to grow this positive, healthy, art-loving community. All right? Do it now. Subscribe right now. Yeah, thank you. First things first, sympathy is not empathy, okay? I know a lot of people use those terms interchangeably. Sometimes people think they're synonyms or the same thing. They're not. Sympathy is you feeling bad about something that someone else is going through, whether it's something negative or a difficult situation. When something bad happens to someone, you just feel bad. And there's nothing wrong with that. Empathy is different. Empathy is you seeing things from another person's perspective, another person's point of view. Empathy has to deal with you, quote unquote, walking a mile in someone else's shoe. Empathy is a skill that can be developed. You can practice this by listening to people, actually observing others, you interviewing people who've gone through experiences that you have not experienced before. Also, you can research, you can read about it, and you can actually experience hands-on as much as you can. Empathy has to deal with you connecting with someone else, whether you have gone through that exact same experience or not, you're still feeling with them and seeing things from their perspective as best as you can. The best example that I can give you to understanding empathy at its core is a book that was recommended to me. I read it. It's entitled What Happened to You? It's co-written by Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Bruce Perry. Check that out. There's an audio version and there's a written version. Check it out. Guarantee you'll know what empathy is by the time you read that book from cover to cover. One activity that people use in order to gauge empathy and in order to measure empathy, they use a before and after survey with either a celebrity or someone who's not very well known at all. They show a picture of this person and they say, hey, rate how close do you feel to this person? How much do you believe that you have things in common or that you would gel well with this person? Gauge the warmth that you have for this person just by a picture only. Then they have someone tell a story of their life, share about their family. They have someone in an interview for you to get to know deep parts of their lives and their personal lives, where they live, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of that, they have people take a survey again on a scale of 1 to 10, how close and how connected do you feel with this person to gauge their empathy? Here's something that I've learned throughout life. People usually don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, people, they want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be identified with. People do not want to be yelled at, they want to be spoken to. Even better, people want to be spoken with. Artists and audiences do not want to be ignored, they don't want to be rejected, and they don't want to be judged. Artists and audiences can both judge each other and assume things about each other without taking the time to clearly understand one another. Casual listeners can fall in love with a specific song or a particular project from a music artist. Casual viewers can fall in love with a TV show or an actual film that a director put together or a specific actor on a set just by viewing material that they feel identifies with their experience, something that resonates with them. That's how people become casual listeners to actual hardcore cult fans of an artist. When that happens, there's a higher level of respect, higher level of honor and understanding that the artist and the audience have for one another. Now, classic example is American Horror Story. I am a cult fan of American Horror Story. The last season of American Horror Story, the plot had to deal with a writer that was going through writer's block. He was getting pressured by his agent. He had a family, and creativity wasn't flowing just like he wanted it to. And let's just say something happened and his creative juices were flowing like nonstop. It was like electricity, lightning flowing through him. He was going through projects quicker, just day after day after day after day, staying up for hours. Once he completed his projects, his agent went crazy. He was getting shout outs from his idols, more and more opportunities, more and more promotions, and way more money. And it was just going insane. And I identified by watching him. I was like, that's it, bro. Come on, bro. I was telling everyone around me, I was like, bro, y'all don't understand. That's it. I can identify because I'm a writer, and I've had those times of frustration, and I had those times of pure joy when things are hitting, things are clicking, pen to page, mind, mouth, everything is just clicking on all cylinders. It's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing adrenaline rush. So just watching that season in and of itself solidified some more emotions for me, made me more devoted, more committed to American Horror Story. I loved it even more because I felt seen, I felt heard, I can identify myself, I saw everything, and I connected so easily. One great example of this is in 1964, Johnny Cash, he did a live performance in San Quentin State Prison in California. And this is during a time where San Quentin Prison was literally the roughest, most deadliest prison in America. The number of deaths that were happening in that prison on an annual basis was way above all other prisons. So this was a scary situation. Johnny Cash never went to prison. I think he went to jail like maybe one time. He mentioned it. But as soon as he came up on stage, he went straight to the guys and said, hey, look, I understand your situation. I've never been in your shoes. I've never been sentenced to prison. I did go to jail, so that kind of broke the ice, and the guys were laughing a little bit. But he went straight to a song entitled San Quentin. In there, he's talking about San Quentin, how he wished that it would burn, and he paralleled the actual prison with the metaphor for things that he didn't like, in his own personal prison, if you will. And during that time, all of the inmates went nuts. Everyone went nuts. They thought it was a riot that was gonna happen. But right after that, he went to another song that connected with them, and it just really solidified. People who were casual listeners, people who had no idea who Johnny Cash was, they were Johnny Cash fans that day. They were devoted, they were cult fans, fanatics on that day. He also wrote a song about, actually it's called A Boy Named Sue. The essence of the song is some guy named his son Sue on purpose because he knew that that would get kids, other kids, to bully him and pick on him, and he would have to have tough, thick skin. He'd have to be a fighter and be a strong man to deal with a lot of some of that harassment and some of that bullying. Check out that Johnny Cash concert, that live album, whether it's online, whether it's through a streaming platform, a record, whatever you do, make sure you check it out. Which brings me to my next point, the power of storytelling. Now, statistics, facts, generalizations, and just telling someone information or written information doesn't get the point across like telling a story. That's why movies are so powerful. That's why visual aids are so powerful. That's why documentaries, interviews, hidden cameras, that's why we're so fascinated by that rather than someone telling us, oh, well, this happened on this day, or reading just some facts. Storytelling helps people see the big picture. Stories help change public perception. It helps reduce biases and prejudices. It helps people see similarities. It changes the way that people treat you and see you. Storytelling helps people's humanity become identified and personified. A really good storytelling activity is, you can think of anyone, someone who you regularly would not identify with. So if you are a teenager, maybe someone who's elderly. If you are African American, maybe someone who is Asian American. If you're a man, you can use a woman as an example. You get the picture. Write a story in first person with that person in mind. And then you can write a story in second person with that person in mind. And also, as an artist, whether you're a visual artist, whether you're a writer, what you could do is write a story from different perspectives. Talk about the subject directly, or talk about a person or situation directly. You can go with the polar opposite of that story and situation. Also, you can do a metaphor for the entire subject or situation head on as well. Again, it can open up some creative juices, and it would actually connect you more with your audience. So try it out. Last but not least, make sure that you show empathy for yourself. A lot of times, people, we are our own worst critics as human beings. Also, as artists, we do the same. Now, just like we have patience for other people, just like we show empathy for people who are sometimes super hard-headed, we need to reciprocate that same empathy, that same patience for ourselves. Now, as artists, we can be hypersensitive about our craft. It's good to understand that every great artist has taken time to become great. They had to find their own way. And so you gotta be patient with yourself. And to end this thing off, I wanna share with you a piece that I wrote that expresses my empathy for children in the US living in poverty. Don't you ever be ashamed. Pay attention to the method of the game that's embedded in your brain. I know this world left you at the bottom of the bucket and they want to see you drown, but you got to raise above it. Even if it means nada to the public, social media, not the topic of discussion. I don't want to see your hood fights on the internet. I want to see you getting checks, praise for your intellect, pulling up to your high school intellects, working part-time pay plus benefits, recognizing surviving's in your bones, and you shine because the diamond's in your soul. I know you probably tired of seeing these armed robberies, blood crip Mexican mafia robberies, mom's working 9 to 5 and pops working 5 to 3, but still living in poverty. Getting home around the time that it's time to eat, trying to eat around the time that it's time to sleep. Stomach and knots this week. Thought about hustling rocks for cheap, told yourself that that's not for me. Consciously, you said you never be a statistic or fulfill another prejudiced prophecy. You staying true to yourself on these blocks and streets. Even if it means you can be shot deceased. 100, little youngin', I just want to tell you that you mean a lot to me. More than diamond rings or designer jeans, carrots on my chain, good credit to my name. What I'm trying to say is y'all are precious blessings, no question. Worthy of love, respect, and protection. The same education as the Hamptons, same economic and local community advancement. Someone to tell you you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're worthy of a dope I love you anthem. Cause even Jesus was ghetto fab and he was helping the lost get home like a yellow cab. So children of the ghetto, keep your head up high. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be ashamed to try, cause you were made to fly. Children of the ghetto, keep your head up high. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be ashamed to try, cause you were made to fly. Okay, so wrapping this thing up, sympathy and empathy are two totally different things. People typically don't care how much you know or how good you are as an artist until they know how much you care about them. People want to connect with what's relevant to them. Also, there is huge power in storytelling, And lastly, make sure that you show empathy for yourself. Again, my name is Justin Lang, aka Justincredible, Arts Ambassador and Creative Arts Teacher here at ACA, Atlantic Center for the Arts. And you are tuned into Arts and Emotions with Justincredible, our new web series. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and also if there's any relevant facts, any articles, any YouTube videos, put those links in the comment. Please, we want to continue to grow this positive, healthy, art-loving community. Yeah, boy, we are legit. That was great.